Hey y'all, what I'm going to do today is walk you through how to check yourself for a diastasis. For those in the group that are pregnant, don't worry about even testing this. You're going to end up having some degree of diastasis as you get later, kind of that late second, early third trimester when your belly's really getting big. You're just going to have it. But this is more for checking postpartum to see just the extent of if you do have a diastasis. So it's just the separation of the abdominals. So it's basically your rectus abdominis muscles, your six-pack of muscles, and they're connected in the midline of your abdomen by connective tissue called your linea alba. And a lot of times what happens as the belly grows, as you're pregnant, that linea alba separates or gets torn. Some women have varying degrees. Some women have very mild, some have more severe, all depending on, how you carried your baby. Maybe you had twins, maybe you just are recovering from your fourth pregnancy. Obviously yours may be a little worse than for me. I just had my daughter 4 months ago. I have very mild, but it's not bad. So I'm going to teach you how to check for that, okay? And so the two areas, well, basically 3 areas I want you to check is right at the belly button, a little bit above the belly button, and then a little bit below. And so you may find that there's a certain area that's usually you have one area that's worse than the other, but I always just check all 3 just to kind of see what's going on, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to lay down on your back, knees bent, feet flat, and just expose your abdomen so you can kind of see. First thing I want you to do is just kind of feel along the middle of the abdomen, the midline of your abdomen. See if you can feel any separation. For me right now, I can't feel any. But the proper way to check is actually to lift your head and shoulders off the table. So I'm going to check right at my belly button first. I'm going to lift my head and shoulders off the table and then see how many fingers I can kind of fit in that space. For me, I have about a good 2-finger width, okay? Right at my belly button. Then I'm gonna come back down, maybe go about 3 fingers above. And if this is your abdomen here, I'm putting my hands, my 2 fingers kind of right along the midline of the abdomen. So now I'm gonna do the same thing again, see if I have any separation. Above my belly button, I really don't have much, maybe 1 finger. I'm gonna come back down and go a little bit below my belly button, and I don't have anything there. So mine is actually worse at the belly button and a little bit above. As I go up, it gets a little bit better. So what we say a positive for having diastasis, if you can fit more than 2 fingers in that space. For me, I can fit about two of my fingers in that space. So I still have somewhat of a diastasis, but it's very, very mild. So that just tells you where you kind of have that separation. And so now you know, but one thing to watch out for when you're doing abdominal moves, planks, crunches, any kind of exercise, what you don't want to do is widen that gap and put more pressure on it, making it worse, right? Because that's just putting more stress on the area, making it more prone for further injuries. So say for instance, if I'm doing a crunch or a head tilt chin lift, what I should see is my abdominals coming together. This is a good one just to observe and see what's happening. So what I want to see when I lift everything up is everything coming together, okay? So if I lift up and I see everything separate or my stomach bulging out, or some people, what we often call it is a doming at the top of your abdomen, that's a bad sign. That means you're not engaging like you should, and that's something we need to work on. So the video I'll go over tomorrow will be on, first we're going to go over the connection breath, and then engagement, how to properly engage so you know if you're doing certain moves right.